Did you know that chickens can be gender fluid? It's actually been proven in a flock of all hens, a hen may switch genders and take on the role of a rooster. This is Waffles. Turns out the gender-neutral name was a good pick because Waffles is 100% non-binary. Now, we know that Waffles was assigned female at birth because Waffles lays eggs. However, just look at Waffles. You can tell that they have taken on the role of a rooster. Look at their comb, look at their wattles, look at their tail feathers. Huge, bigger than any in the flocks. And Waffles loves to wake everyone up with their rooster call in the morning. The other hens fully support Waffles. Even though they may not understand it and have decided to be hens themselves, they still love Waffles and accept them as part of the flock. Be more like the chickens and remember that anyone can be whoever they want to be.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a idiot.
So you see what she did there, right? Now they're trying to convince people that certain lifestyles are the norm. So they're making their case that the animal kingdom, nature, chickens and such are all part of the LPD. Come on!
LGBTQ2 plus.
Now that is exactly what I just said. God, this is getting ridiculous. Anyway, so by making the case that animals, birds, chickens are all part of that Rainbow Coalition, then that's what's normal. If you are not part of the Rainbow Coalition, you are not normal. I don't know. I could be way off, but it makes sense considering we're living in this bizarro world.
Who lives in the backwards bizarro world? Up is down, down is up. He says hello when he leaves, goodbye when he arrives.
I don't know. Who knows anymore? Nothing makes sense. Anyway, welcome back. We got a lot to get into today. Of course, we've got the wacky world of woke TikTok. We've got politicians going completely off the rails. And, of course, the libs continue to have their meltdowns. Before we jump into it, if you would place your attention on the screen for a moment, this is an article in the New York Post. This is mainstream news. The article is titled, "I'm Fat and Hot, and You Can't Tell Me Otherwise." We've got a couple of pictures here from some TikToks. I'm guessing one of them behind my head here says, point of view, POV, you stop letting your weight hold you back from living your life to the fullest. Okay, well, you always should live your life to the fullest. You'd probably live that life a little longer if you took off, shed a few pounds. I'm just saying. The other picture on the other side says, daily reminder, you can be hot and fat.
Go on a diet, you fat.
Whoa, sir, relax. No need to call anybody names. Like I said, trying to normalize certain behaviors and lifestyles. I know I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. That's exactly what they're trying to do by putting those stories out in the New York Post by this person talking about chickens and the Rainbow Coalition. I mean, come on. All right, so this is blatant racism, but it's not, if it's against white people, then it's okay. Can you imagine if the roles were reversed? Oh, the meltdowns would be glorious. It says Wakanda forever. Non-black, Latino, indigenous fans, listen up. Okay, roll the film, please.
On a very serious note, not to be offensive, I'm gonna need a lot of you white creators in terms of what the plans are to do in celebrating Wakanda forever. Let Black, Indigenous, and Latino Hispanic creators speak. If you see an idea that you want to participate in and you think that, oh my god, I think that's really good, stitch those videos. I'm being so serious when I say this. I don't care if you are a white Black Panther fan. I don't care about how much you love the stories. And if you even use that as a retaliation to speak over these communities, I won't be nice and explain your ignorance. I will be advocating for your demise. I'm not saying you can't participate in the Wakanda hype, but be aware that a lot of the Wakanda hype in Black, African, Latino, Indigenous culture. So know when to sit the down, shut the up, and let BIPOC creators speak.
That's just self-centered and racist. You need to shut the up.
Jesus, this is just ridiculous. Like I said, imagine if the tables were turned. I have no interest in seeing any of these movies. Number one, that because they're all woke. Number two, for people like this, they just ruin it. You ruin the whole experience, lady. Now, I know we say this a lot here on this channel, but one way you can tell these people from everybody else is the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. So look at the eyes. It's always in the eyes.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Always the eyes. All right, now this next one is a substitute teacher. So when the regular teachers aren't there to indoctrinate the kids, they bring in this woman to indoctrinate the kids. Now, she's very confused, I think. I'm not sure she really knows what she wants to do about all this nonsense. Roll the film, please.
So I'm a substitute teacher, and I'm also non-binary. So every single time that I sub a new class, I always tell them, it's like, hey, I don't really like the titles Mrs. or the Mister, so y'all can just refer to me as sub or sub G, because G is the first letter of my last name. and I've been trying to gain some more confidence for the pronoun thing, but I think this is as far as I'll probably go. I'll probably make it prettier. I don't know if there's like any better stickers because it's just my handwriting. And then I also have it in the back. I don't think I'm going to take this one off.
Well, I don't know what the you're talking about.
Next up, we have our friend Dylan here. Now, I know you guys are probably getting tired of seeing Dylan, as am I. Now, my opinion is that Dylan is one big giant troll. It's trolling everybody, and I could be way off. Like I said at the beginning, we're living in this bizarro world, so I could be wrong. But this plays kind of into our next video. So this is Dylan, day 74 of girlhood. Roll the film.
74, being a girl, round of applause for the makeup. And I wore this outfit shopping today. And I thought that these might be my new shopping shorts. But I was walking around and everyone was staring. And I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? And they were all staring directly at my crotch. And I went, oh, I forgot that my crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches sometimes, because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket. And I thought, okay, Dylan, you have some options here. Number one, you can stop wearing clothes that fit like this and just find looser fitting items. Number two, I can do a tuck, which is going to have to be a whole other video, but it's very painful and involved or number three, I just normalize it and I wear clothes like this and we all just normalize women having bulges sometimes because we're coming up on bikini season, baby, and you might see a bulge or two. So normalize the bulge. We are normalizing the bulge. Women can have bulges and that's okay.
That is weird. Just a big bulge in your pants.
All right, so a few days ago, we had a video where there was a TikTok of Dylan being invited to the White House to interview former Vice President Joe Biden. Well, it's been a few days, so the interview with Dylan and former VP Biden has come out, and wow, it just shows the state of this country, the world, how there is a circus going on inside the White House. We don't even know who the ringleader of the circus is at this point. Well, I think we got an idea, but anyway, so before I roll the film, I got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. First sponsor of today's video is Lynn and God's Angels. Now, Lynn and God's Angels is a YouTube channel, which I will link in the description box below. It is the most peaceful and relaxing music and songs. If you guys have a hard day at work and need to unwind, if you just too much of this stuff is making you feel insane and depressed, put on Lynn and God's Angels in the background for some music to just chill out, meditate to, put some headphones in, take a nice walk in nature and just decompress listening to this music. It is fantastic. So Lynn and God's Angels, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Second sponsor of today's video is Augustus Grobley's. Augustus Grobley's, thank you as well for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Roll the film, please.
There have been many anti-LGBTQ+ bills introduced and enacted, outlawing things like gender-affirming healthcare and banning kids from playing sports. To go deeper into this issue, here with us today is Dylan Mulvaney, who's welcomed us into her life by, showing on social media her girlhood series. Let's take a look.
Mr. President, this is my 221st day of publicly transitioning.
God love it.
Thank you. I am extremely privileged to live in a state that allows me access to the resources I need, and that decision is just between me and my doctors. But many states have lawmakers that feel like they can involve themselves in this very personal process. Do you think states should have a right to ban gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that. As a moral question and as a legal question. I just think it's wrong.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Wow. Wow. Oh. There are so many other issues and so many other people that I would rather see in that situation. Anyway, I didn't want to play the whole thing. It's crazy. It's just, it's insanity. Like I said, there's a circus going on inside the White House. Now, former VP Joe Biden had a week full of just crazy gaffes. Here he is being interviewed by MSNBC's, I think it's Jonathan Capehart. Now, he wasn't making any sense while they're walking out there. Jonathan Capehart's asking him about running in 2024, asking him about his age, asking him if he thinks he's too old. Watch Joe muckle onto this guy. It is so bizarre, so awkward. I mean, we all know Joe is very inappropriate with the smells and the touch. This is just crazy. Roll the film, please.
To, watch me. Am I slowing up? Don't have the same pace? Or, and that old joke, everybody talks about the new 70s, 50s, and all that stuff. It could be, I'm a great respecter of fate. I could get a disease tomorrow. I could, drop dead tomorrow. But in terms of my energy level, in terms of how much I'm able to do, I think people should look and say, does he still have the same passion for what he's doing? And if they think I do and I can do it, then that's fine. If they don't, then they should vote against me. Not against me, they should encourage me not to go. But that's not how I feel. I can't even say the age I'm going to be. I can't even get it out of my mouth. I can't even say the age I'm going to be. I can't even get it out of my mouth.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Wow. I can't imagine just walking up to someone like that. I mean, did you see how uncomfortable that guy was? I didn't know what Joe was going to do to the guy. And you know what? We'll probably see a video tomorrow of Joe speaking to someone with a mask on, of course. Just like this guy in the swimming pool out in the sun. Got his obedience diaper on his face. It's a shame what they did to people. Make people this afraid. It's a damn shame.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
All right, now this next clip, and listen, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up soon, so if you made it this far, give yourselves a round of applause, a pat on the back. You guys know I can't do this alone, so thank you so much for trudging ahead with me. Now, this clip is from Sav Says, and it's Savannah Hernandez, who is an investigative journalist. She's putting out a lot of great stuff lately. So she's in Portland, Oregon, doing a little mini documentary on the collapse of Portland, and it has collapsed. And what she's interviewing a resident of Portland, what this woman says, if I was a black person, I would be extremely offended at what the white liberals think that they can't do. This is insane. Check this out. Roll the film, please.
As a Portland resident, you've been talking to me about some of the crime that you've experienced here in the city. You were mentioning the license plates and how you've seen people drive around without license plates at all. Can you talk to me about that a little bit more?
Yeah, so in the city of Portland, they've decided that enforcing traffic laws is racist and that it benefits people of color to not enforce them. What that means is that you can be speeding, you can be driving without a license plate, and no one will stop you for doing that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
So it sounds like to me the white liberals in Portland, Oregon don't think that black people can get a driver's license, register, and insure their vehicles. So, I mean, right? Is there any other conclusion to come to when they say, well, we're going to get rid of these rules because they're racist, and we're not going to enforce any traffic laws anymore, ever? And the lady went on to say there's people driving around everywhere without license plates on their cars. You know how easy to commit crimes without any plates on your cars? It's insanity. That is complete and utter insanity. Like I said, if I was a black person, I would be extremely offended at that nonsense. Anyway, we're going to be wrapping it up. Oh, and if you thought that it was just bananas that they say those laws are racist, wait till you hear what this lady says. So anyway, this is going to be the end of it. Listen, guys, the next video, I've got some great updates on the t-shirts, which will be coming real soon. I also have a great photo to show you guys of some Halloween costumes, and one of them, someone dressed up like me. One of you amazing people out there did that, so I'll show you that picture too, so that's great. So thank you all so much. Listen, things are obviously getting really, really crazy out there, so take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Till next time, I love you guys. Peace. Roll the film, please.
If you're seeing this, you've reached Classical Music is Racist TikTok. The fact that classical music, which is really the music of 18th century Western European cis straight white male composers, is valued as the highest form of art music in America, is an example of white supremacy. Those who go to college to study music will spend countless hours studying music theory, Western music history, and more, and most schools only have one class requirement or no class requirements for world music. This means that educators are woefully unprepared to meet the standards of understanding global, interdisciplinary, and 21st century connections with music. Task forces like this one are arguing that the music major needs to be changed to be more all-encompassing and actively anti-racist. But in the meantime, those who are music educators have to struggle and wrestle with the question, how can I be actively anti-racist in teaching music in a system that values white supremacy?
Well, I guess I'm racist. And you ain't black.